Our two guests tonight, Cliff May is president of and founder of the Foundation for Defense of Democracies. He's someone who's been involved in thinking about and writing about and talking about American security and policy and the politics of that for a long time. Cliff, thank you for joining.
Thank you.
Dr. Morgan Halperin has served in senior positions at the Pentagon, the National Security Council, and the State Department, where he was, amongst other things, the head of policy planning. And Dad, thank you for joining as well.
My pleasure.
All right. So there's so many elements to this. Cliff, let's just start. I want to hear from both of you. How do you read what happened in that room? Was Zelensky trying to do something? Was Trump and Vance trying to do something? Or do you think it just happened organically and now we're picking up the pieces?
Well, okay, I say this as somebody who admires Zelensky, but I think his job today was very simple and he made it complex. His job was to get a signature on an economic agreement that would give the United States a stake literally in the soil of his country. That's all he had to do. He objects to the fact that President Trump is acting sort of like a referee in a prize fight and says, you're in that corner, you're in that corner, I'm going to play by the rules. Zelensky is not wrong to believe we're the prey. Putin is the predator. Why aren't you showing that? But I also understand, as Zelensky should have understood, that President Trump thinks this is the way he gets to a deal. And I think it went badly, and it needs to get back on track. The last thing that is good, not just for Ukraine, but for the U.S., would be for Putin to conquer Ukraine, because he will not stop there. He will use the combatants with a bayonet to their back and march them towards the NATO members. How that gets done, whether they can be done by Zelensky, I don't know. But we're in a bad moment. It shouldn't have happened. And Zelensky just was, look, he's been under tremendous stress for 3 years, but he had a diplomatic job to do that he didn't get done.
Yeah, do you see in that room something that's got any historical analog, or is this something unlike we've ever seen?
Well, I think there isn't any historical analog since World War II or maybe World War I of the United States positioning itself as a neutral observer of a conflict between two other countries and basically saying, both of you have to do whatever produces peace, regardless of the merits, regardless of the consequences for the future. And I think Zelensky didn't want this agreement. He was saying, in effect, I'm not signing away my minimum, which is the only thing, as you keep pointing out to me, that I have left, unless I get a commitment from you that you will make a security commitment to Ukraine for, in case if Putin keeps going or keeps going again 6 months or 8 months later, as he's done every time in the past. And also saying that Trump will decide what the deal is and impose it on Zelensky rather than having him at the table. So I think he was saying, I'm not doing the one deal that I do control until we have agreement on the rest of the package or how we're going to proceed with the rest of the package. And I think it's a disgrace that the United States is taking this position, given the situation that Ukraine is in, given how it got in that situation, and given that we have longstanding commitment to the territorial integrity of Ukraine.